Okay, we have find dead load of component. So from superstructure, the load from the superstructure on the base of the pier is 910, and the load from the substructure on the base of the pile is 289.7. So the total load from the dead load of component, which we have computed in the previous videos lecture, is 1200 kips, and the reaction should be from the base of the support, from the base of the pile, is negative 1200 kips. So today we will find dead load of wearing. There are two types of wearing loads. So future wearing surface, if you see here is future wearing surface. If I zoom it, this is my future wearing surface, which will be wear out in the future, and this is future wearing surface, only this lesser load. Okay, it will be wear out in the future and reconstruct it, this load. Okay, so the future wearing surface is its weight per square foot is 0.015. For example, this is my deck, bridge deck. So this single square foot have load 0.015 kip. Okay, and the total width of the this deck is 40 feet, and the tributary length is 85 feet. So the total weight, future wearing surface weight, this 85 multiplied 12 multiplied this weight is 51. So 51 is the future wearing surface load on the base of the pile. Okay, so there is second type of load is utilities, which is pipes, etc. So this utilities load have weight of 1.1 kip per feet. So per feet weight is like this per feet, these pipes, etc. These pipes and these utilities, these are the load of utilities, and its per feet weight is 0.10 kip per feet. Okay, 1 feet load is this 0.10, and the total tributary length is 85 kip. So 8.5 kip load from the utilities on the base of the pier. Okay, so the total load from the dead load of wearing is 60 kip, and the reaction should be from the pier base will be negative 60 kip. Okay, this is a note which is for SIP. Stay in place form support deck when concrete is wet. However, its long-term durability 75 years is not proven. Okay, so it is generally considered a form to be supported by the deck. Okay, this form work should be supported by deck. Okay, that's why we calculate form from the deck, form work, form load on the base of the pier. Okay, and now we have to find LL+IM, live load and impact load. So we need to compute the reaction of an interior pier. So this is, for example, this is interior pier, and we have to compute the reaction from this moving load. This is, for example, a moving load. Okay, so we need to compute the load, moving load reaction. Okay, so there is two situations. First situation, there is only one truck on the bridge. Okay, so the truck, if there is only one truck on the bridge, then the truck position should be at worst situation. This position of the truck is as a whole worst situation in this entire bridge. So if this truck place here, and we calculate the reaction on this pier, so it will be minimum as compared to this. Okay, if we place this truck, single truck here, and we remove this, so the load on this base pier, interior pier, the load on this interior pier should be less as compared to this. Okay, so we have to choose the point and the position of the truck that have load, maximum load, that will give maximum load to us and to this pier. So this is its worst situation, and we calculate this load. Okay, so if we calculate, I have calculated here this load 32 kip. So you can calculate it like this: 32, okay, is exactly on the pier. This 32 kip is exactly on the pier. Okay, so multiply by 85, divide the tributary length is 85, okay, plus this load. I calculate this load. So 32 multiply by, this is far away from this pier position, so this is 14 feet. Okay, so 85, this is 85 minus 14 divide 85. Okay, this is second load calculation, and this 8 weight is plus 8 multiply 85 negative, this is far from 14 feet, this distance is 14 feet, so negative 14 feet divide 85. So if you calculate this as whole, it will become as this 65.4 kip. Okay, and this one truck, if we choose this situation, one truck situation, if we stand one truck on this bridge, so it will give us heavier load, higher load 65.4 as compared to we place this two truck on the bridge. This will give us, and this load on this pier will lesser as compared to this. This is your assignment. You should calculate this two truck situation, so you will get idea that it will have lesser load on the pier. Okay, after that we have to calculate the land distributed load. Land distributed load is, so as it is given 0.64 kip per feet. Okay, so the total live load plus impact load is 54, is distributed land load. Okay, for 54.4 plus 1.33, it is importance factor. 1.33 is importance multiply factor, and 65.4 kip is 141.4 kip per lane. Okay, and note that all gravity load, dead load and dead load of component dead load of fairing are symmetrical and do not induce movement at the base of the column except live load plus impact load. So live load and impact load will produce eccentricity. Okay, and it is at eccentricity, this load, and this will produce movement, which is most important in the designing of bridge. Okay, so number of for that we will calculate and compute the lanes. So how many lanes you will adjusted in this 40 feet width deck or bridge. So number of design lane is 40 by 12 feet. We will divide by this the total width of the bridge and divide by 12 feet. So we will get lane, design lane of traffic. Okay, so this is 3.33, which is we use 3 lanes of the traffic. So there will be 3 lanes of the traffic. Okay, out of the multiple possible location of the tire load transversely, we selected all the lane at the left. So this lane is also at left, and this lane is also at left, and this lane also is at left, looking in the direction of stationing. Okay, so this lane load, this is the lane load, and this is the vehicle wheel load. This is lane load, and this is vehicle wheel load, and this is also lane load, and this is vehicle wheel load. Okay, so this lane and vehicle load, this lane load and vehicle load produce eccentricity, which is E1, and this lane number 2 will produce eccentricity, which is E2, and this lane 3 will produce eccentricity, which will E3. So these three eccentricities, we have to find these three eccentricities. So first of all, this is, if I zoom it and check it here, so this is 2 feet which is apart, and the wheel load is also 2 feet, and sorry, this is 3 feet, 2 feet, and this is 6 feet total. These two wheels are a part of 6 feet, and this is 2 feet, and this is also 2 feet. You can see here, this is a typical first lane, or the typical lane distances. Okay, this is 2 feet, sorry, this is 6 feet, and this is 2 feet and 2 feet, total are 4 feet. Okay, so if I subtract this is as a whole is 20 feet, and if I subtract this much distance, so this is 2 feet, and 6 divided by 2 is 3 feet. So 20 minus 2 plus 3 is minus 2 minus 3 is 15. This is 15 feet. This is 12. Total this is 12, negative 12, and negative this 2. Okay, and negative this 3. This is eccentricity. Negative 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 3 is 17. 20 minus 17, it is 3. So E2 is 3 feet. E2 is 3 feet. And this 3 feet, okay, so this 3 feet negative, this whole is 12 feet. From here to here is 12 feet. So negative 9 feet. E3 is negative 9 feet. Okay. So we have calculated all E eccentricities. Okay. So lane load per traffic lane. So traffic lane is 1, traffic lane 2, and this is traffic lane 3. Like here, there is 2 lane. So if I draw here is the third lane, there is 3 lane. So first lane is 141.4 multiplied by 15. So at 15 distance, this load, this much load is applied at eccentricity of 15. So the total moment will produce at the base of the pier is 21 cubic feet. Okay, and from the second lane, the load is 141.4 and the eccentricity is 3 feet. So the total load from the lane 2 is 424.2 cubic feet, and the total load from the lane 3 is 141.4, and it is produce movement. It produce movement at eccentricity of 9 feet. So it is 1227.6 cubic feet. Okay. So the traffic load. So lane is 1. If I load the bridge only, lane 1, so the total load on the base of the pier will be 169.7 kip. So it is my multiply present factor 1.2 for lane 1. It will be for in which we loaded lane 1. So the multiply present factor, it will be 1.2. 1.2 multiplied by 141.4, so it will be 169.4. And if we load 2 lanes, lane 1 and lane 2, okay, then we load 2 lane, then the multiply present factor will be 1. Okay, this factor will be 1. So 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 21, 141.4. So the total load on the base of the pier will be 282.1 kip. If I load 3 lanes at once, so the multiply presence factor will be 0.85, and 0.85 multiplied by 3 lane and 141.4. So its weight will be 360.6 kip. How much movement will it produce? If I load 1 lane only on the bridge, then how much load will produce, how much movement will produce from this 1 lane loaded? Okay, so 1.2 multiply present factor multiplied by this much load, this much moment. So the total moment will be 2545 cubic feet. And if I load 2 lane, Okay, so for 2 lane loaded, multiply presence factor is 1, and summation of lane first, these two, summation of these two, so it will be 25 45 cubic feet. And if I load 3 lanes at once on the bridge, then its movement multiply presence factor will be 0.85, and summation of these 3 lane, so this 3 lane summation, and it will become 1120 cubic feet, negative 1120 cubic feet. Okay, in the next lecture we will find out breaking load. Okay, thank you very much.